Hello, everybody. Welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday. Of course, I'm your hostess, Jocelyn, and today's topic is, hey, who's this? Hey, what's up? So, as y'all know, today is part 3 of our dating communication series. So we did 3-part series for dating communication because I felt like it was a big deal. It was something important that we needed to talk about, hone in on. So part 1, we discussed warning signs and mixed signals. Then last week, what did we do last week? I forgot last week. What did we talk about last week? But we had warning signs and mixed signals for our first excuse me, part 1. And then part 2 we did what was last week? I really forgot. That's crazy. Anyway, and today is part 3 and we're doing levels to dating. So just kind of, to iron out the levels, because I feel like that's a big part in the communication of dating. When you really understand what level your situationship has achieved or where you guys are, then it helps to explain, or it helps explain some of the scenarios you may find yourself in, or issues that you can or cannot get upset with, or requests and standards and expectations you can have. If you're kind of clear on where you stand with the relationship, or where you guys stand as far as where on the dating scale you have arrived, then it will make communication a lot better. So that's why I wanted to have today's topic. Anybody that can tell me what part 2 was, I got something for y'all. I don't know what it's going to be, but I got something, because I really can't remember, and it's not in this book that I have. But yes, so that's what we're going to talk about today. Just kind of getting that under control, letting people know that there's levels to this shit, man. So you got to kind of know, like I said, where you stand with a person, and it makes the communication all the more better. It makes everything make more sense. It brings everything home. You don't have to explain yourself more when you're clear on the level on which your situation, relationship, or your dealings with this person. If you are really clear and upfront about what it is that y'all are doing or not doing, then that will help to ease and make everything else that happens between you make more sense. So I'm gonna get right into it, of course, because why not? And like I said, it is part 3. I'm still waiting for somebody to tell me what was part 2, because I really did forget. So I wanted to, just like I said, get right into it. So I think that boundaries. Was it boundaries? No, boundaries was a while ago. But that was a good guess. It should have been. But I really can't. Like, y'all know my brain. And I really cannot remember what last week was. And I'm not even about to try to figure it out. I want one of y'all to tell me. Since y'all watch Talk to Me Tuesday each and every week, like, come on. Y'all don't remember? Because I know I don't. I'll be having too much going on. But either way, that's neither here nor there. And if y'all remember, or if y'all find it, then just let me know and go ahead and comment below so I can get into it and retouch on that. But I'll just revisit. So part 1, like I said, was warning signs and mixed signals. So the warning signs was a major important one for me, because I think that, and this is just me like recapping the series, the dating communication series, because part 1 we talked about warning signs, and I know that a lot of times we ignore. Thank you. I got something special for you. Love you. Queen Latifah, she was the first one. It was disagreements. Yes, I don't know how I forgot that, and it's not that it's insignificant, but the way my brain operates. So thank you, Queen Latifah. Thank you, Marcella's lover. I appreciate both of you guys, but Queen Latifah, I got something for you. I don't know what it's going to be, but I love you, so I got you. Yeah, so it was disagreement. So part 1, we had the warning signs, and I feel like it's a lot of times where we see things in people, or we notice things about a person, or whether it may be their habits, their characteristics, just some of the stuff that they do. It's just like, ooh, and it could be something small or large, and it depends on you what you consider to be a warning sign. But most of the times it's something that we overlook, something that we see, we take a mental note of, but we don't act on, or we don't we don't move on. It's just like, seen that, noted, but those be the warning signs. So it's just like, whether it's something as simple as he always leave the toilet seat up. I let him come over my house, or I came over his house and the toilet seat was up, or, his house is always junky. Or it could be something a little bit more complex, like, okay, this is somebody I'm dating, somebody I just met, but they never answer the phone, or they're a bad texter, or, something like that. If you know that you're a person that likes consistent communication, or, that that's something that you require, I need to be talked to all day, every day, or on a very consistent back-to-back basis, and I don't like a slow texter, whether other people might think, or they curse too much, whether other people might think it's, big or small, it's just like, to me, I know that's something that is going to bother me in the long run. So the way I see a warning sign is something that is going to bother you on the long run, but you overlook it in the beginning because you're into the person, or whatever the reasoning is. Just like, oh, I just want to give them a chance, or I let it slide. Cursing too much is a thing. That's definitely a thing. Them cursing too much. I know me personally, I've experienced that on both sides, the cursing too much, because I know I curse a lot. I've had people tell me that I curse a lot. I've had people not want to date me because, whether it's because I curse a lot, or the way I talk, or, my personality, all those things. But to me, I rather, my characteristics be a red flag to you, or be a warning sign, because if that's how I am, not saying that I'm opposed to change, but something like the way I talk, or that I curse a lot, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, it's still a part of who I am, and it's not something that I want to change contingent upon us being together. If I decide to, as I get older, as I mature, to curse a little less, or to curve my language, or to, be a better person, be cleaner, be nicer, be neater, any of those things, I want to change it on my own accord. But I don't want anybody, and I don't want to feel obligated to change based on this person's contingency on being with me, or staying with me, or deciding to date me, or enter into a relationship with me. So yeah, the warning signs are definitely there. And I just feel like at the end of the day, it's anything that another person is doing, somebody that you show interest in, or that you have a love interest, or that you're dating, anything that they do that, typically, or moving forward later on down the line, is going to bother you. So that was the warning signs. And the mixed signals, we touched on that as well. Mixed signals is just more so being very direct, very upfront with your communication, very upfront with your intentions on a person. A lot of times, especially when it comes to dating, we tend to like kind of relax our intentions, or we won't speak on our intentions, for the fear of, sounding fast, sounding like a whore, even with guys, like some guys, they really just want somebody for sex, or, women as well. You meet somebody and it's just like, my intention is really like, you're a nice person, but right now all I'm thinking about is I really want to have sex with you. That's what I want to do. I don't have any other obligation to you. Now, if you're the type of person that's not in a space where you want to have sex with somebody that you're not in a relationship with, or whatever like that, that is your right. But it is also my right to want to have sex and not want to be in a relationship. So I need to be upfront and honest with my intentions, opposed to, sending mixed signals and giving off the impression that I want a relationship, or that I'm interested in a relationship, or anything like that, knowing that I'm not, or because really all I want is the sex. So I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. I don't think that there's any point. So that's where the mixed signals come from. When you start trying to show somebody one thing, but really what you mean is something else. Or, you're giving them the impression that y'all are on this route when your intentions are to go this route, or to go this way. It's just, be upfront with, be very upfront with your intentions, and give that person the opportunity to either accept or reject them. But you shouldn't have to feel afraid, to speak on it. This is what I want. If you're not with it, that's okay. It's 6 million other people in the world that might be down for what I'm down for. But I'm not going to pretend that I want what you want, because now I'm sending you mixed signals. So then we had disagreements. So part 2 was disagreements. We just figured out. Disagreements was basically, is so many times, so oftentimes, when we do ignore those warning signs, then we get into these situations with people. So now we're dating, and then that first, dating, we've been on a couple dates, or we've hung out a few times, this and that. I'm really digging you, you're digging me. But we let that first argument, or we let that argument, or, a difference in opinion be a really detrimental aspect in the future of said situation. It's like, we had this one argument about politics, and it's just like, oh, she don't listen, she don't agree with what I agree, or she don't like Beyonce and I love Beyonce, and now I just can't date no bitch that don't love Beyonce. Well, if you know that that's not something that you can live with, like if you legit cannot live with and be with a person that does not idolize Beyonce the way you do, then yes, that's a warning sign and you need to leave her alone, because in the long run it's going to bother you. But if it's not something detrimental to the relationship and it's not going to cause you to not be with this person or not deal with this person, then you need to just let a disagreement be a disagreement. Everybody's not going to agree. You're going to meet somebody that has their own opinions, their own life, their own lifestyle. They've come from different upbringings and different things like that. But yes, if it's not a deal breaker, then you're going. Now, if you consider not liking Beyonce a deal breaker for your relationship, then that's on you, and I respect you. You have every right to feel that way. But if it's not detrimental and it's not a deal breaker, then it's not that deep. It's really not. And just be honest and upfront about what your deal breakers are. A lot of times we ignore those. We ignore them within ourselves, and then we ignore them when we come to talking to another person. Instead of just letting them know, like, hey, listen, if you got to run a list down to a motherfucker on the first and second date, these are the things I like, these are the things I don't like. These are my deal breakers, my absolute do's and don'ts. And you're going to find out if she do or don't, or if he does or does not. Then, then you're pretty much, what direction to go in from there. But there's no point to waste your time or that other person's time. If you already know that's what the situation is. I don't respect no one who has that deal breaker. Who, Beyonce? Listen, people love them some Beyonce. This is my only little, I don't want to drink out this evil's cup. But, people love Beyonce. And I was just using that as an example, but I know it does get real. I dated somebody that was like a diehard Beyonce fan. And she didn't hate me because I wasn't, but my little comments or her being such a diehard did start to bother me after a while. I'm like, you gotta chill. As long as you don't expect me to buy no $1,000 tickets, then it's cool. If you want to spend your money on it, you should take a friend, because I'm not going. And y'all have fun. And I'll see you later. But don't be coming trying to dance around in my face and all that shit, because I don't really feel like that. But, so it's not a deal breaker to me, but it was an annoyance after a while. So I wouldn't say I wouldn't respect them, but everybody got their thing. Everybody got their little fetish or things that they get into. And like I said, if it's not a deal breaker, like something that's going to be detrimental, that's what a deal breaker is. If it's not detrimental to the situation, then let it ride. Because nobody's perfect, and you're not going to 100% agree and get along with everybody. So that's what the disagreements was about. Let people, that's healthy dialogue. That's healthy communication. Having that argument or disagreement or debate, that is a good way to kind of see how you're really going to deal with a person. Because it sucks to be in that perfect honeymoon stage with somebody, and it's just like, oh, I like you so much. Oh, I like you so much. Because when you first meet somebody, you like everything about them. It's just like, oh my God, when y'all are dating, it's just like, she's so great. She's so nice. She's so pretty. They always dressed up. They always put their best foot forward. They text you back. They miss you. They send you blow kisses and googly eyes and everything, because it's so fresh and new. And everybody's on their best behavior. However, that first argument come up, and it could be three weeks later. Y'all done been on 12 dates, and you just feeling this girl so much. And then she hit you with some weird shit. And now y'all having an argument. And it's just like, yo, I can't fuck with this bitch because she's crazy. Well, no, she just doesn't happen to agree with you on every single thing. So that's why I wanted to do the disagreements last week, because it's very important to know that those arguments, those debates, and those disagreements are healthy conversations, healthy communication, which is why this series is all about dating communication. It's not just about dating. It's about dating communication, because you have to learn that we all know communication is really the key. Like, that's not just a cliche. Communication really is the key behind any relationship, any type of function. If you just communicate properly, then things will go smoother. Things will go so much smoother. So when you're dating somebody, you have to keep your communication very clear, very open, very upfront, and very, very, very honest. So that's what I believe in regards to dating. Your communication is the top priority. Tell this person what you like. Tell them what you don't like. pick up on and understand and make note of those warning signs, things that it is that about them that you're not feeling and that you don't like or that you don't agree with. And, kind of pick it apart and see like, hey, is this something I can deal with? Because you're only dating and you do not want to waste precious time on somebody that has something significant or detrimental that you're later on down the line not going to agree with or not going to be cool with, or that's going to turn you off, or any of the following. So that's why I just say communication is most important when dating, and that's how we have gotten here. So now we are at part 3, which is today, and we have levels to dating. So part 3 is going to be the last part in the dating communication series, and I feel that the levels conversation, or that the levels topic, basically brings it all home. It brings it all together because, again, the warning signs and the mixed signals, they all kind of flow right into this direction. The disagreements flow right into this direction. And it all boils down to, where are you at with this person? Is this a cuddle buddy? Is this somebody that's going to stay in the friend zone? Is this a fucking duck? Is this just going to be your ultimate, sex partner? Like, y'all going to be friends with benefits? What are we doing? Do I see a relationship with you? Do I even see that being in the direction that I want to go? Are you somebody that I really would want to be in a relationship with? Some people are decent to date. Some people is really, really fun. They are fun. Their sex is great, or they're nice looking. They're great to go out with. They always partying, but you could say like, I love to party with her and I love to hang out with her. But if she was my girlfriend, I probably wouldn't be able to, or he's mad cool. Like, we always have fun together. He always listens to me. He's the best, or shit, he know how to dress, or he helps me pick out my clothes, whatever. But it's just like, but I don't really see him like that. I see him as just a friend. We had sex a couple times, but I don't really see a promising relationship blossoming out of this. I don't see that being the scenario here. So then you have to kind of identify with that. Then, you have other people where, yes, the sex, it just be about the sex. It's just like, yeah, we went on a couple dates. Her conversation's a little, her body's nice and our sexual chemistry is like all that. But, I know she sleeps with a lot of people. She gave me the best head I ever had. But it's not a lot about her that I like outside of that. I'm single. She's single. We could just be, fuck buddies. She's cool with it. I'm cool with it. The sexual chemistry is there. And that's where we're at. That's what type of scenario we're in. And as long as it's mutual, there's nothing wrong with it. That's what I like to say. Like, if you communicate these things, your wants, needs, and desires with this person, then there's no issue. If you just communicate that, hey, this is where I'm seeing. We're kind of in this area. When you got somebody stuck in a friend zone, it's just like, you're right here in this quadrant. This is your quadrant. I don't need you going outside of that because you don't really meet the criteria of any of these other things. You'll never be my man because X, Y, and Z. Or, I could never see myself being in a relationship with you because you fuck too many niggas. Well, but I don't mind fucking you. I'm just going to be, I don't have to think about it all the time. When I fuck you and I'll be going on my way. But if I'm in a relationship with you, it's going to fuck with my ego, my self-esteem. I don't know. Be honest with yourself so that you can be honest with the next person. So that's what I say is the most important. Figuring out where this person falls in. Because ideally, people assume that, dating will lead to a relationship. But dating itself, the act of dating is like process of elimination. You should be dating multiple people at a time. It's like an interview process. It's like, hey, we're hiring. It starts like that. Hey, I'm single. AKA I'm hiring. No, first I'm single. Now I'm hiring. So I'm going to need all these people coming. Yes, apply, continue to apply. I'm checking references, come in for an interview. First, I'm looking at your initial resume. So your initial resume is what gets you in. It's just like, I'll take this one. Because you got to think, 1 million people going to apply for the job. But okay, I'm going to pick and choose. All these applications, I'm looking through. It's all these people in the world. So not every single person that you walk past, just because you're single, you don't want them. That's really not how dating works. Just because I'm single, that doesn't mean I want every single person. Just because I'm gay, that don't mean I want every single girl that I see. No, hun. There's requirements. So let's get with those. Figure out what those requirements are. Let's start there. So then you iron out, you You pick through that pick of the litter, and just like, okay, now we got to the people that actually meet the requirements. Like, you're cute, you're not ugly, you got all your teeth, you're single too, all those things. Sometimes the person that you're dating isn't single. That's a separate thing, and that'll be a separate show. And if y'all are into it, then let me know and we can talk about it. But it's like, okay, so first I'm single, and then I'm taking applications and looking through resumes. Now I have accumulated a certain amount of people that I'm going to bring in for an interview. The dates are the interviews. When you go on a date with me, yes, I'm checking you out. I'm checking how you dress, what you came with, how you smell, how you talking, if you're going to pay, if your conversation's good, does your breath stink, can you hold a conversation? What are we talking about? What are you, if you're just staring at me the whole time, and I'm just talking, like, granted, I like to talk, so it's very important. So anybody I deal with, they need to be able to engage in conversation, like engage me. I don't want to feel like I'm talking on my show to the people in internet land that may or may not be listening to me. You are sitting right here, very tangible, and I'm going to need you to be able to spit some shit back at me. If you can't say anything back, then that's a number one. Red flag noted. I'll call you out on it, though. Hey, do you hear me talking? You hear me? You good? You got anything to say? You want to respond? So that's, one thing. So you're in that interview process. So you're going on several dates with people, and, so you have people coming, and it's like, I'm going on this date. Monday, I'm going out with her. Tuesday, I'm going out with him. Thursday, I'm going out with her. Friday, I might be meeting with them. Like, listen, you got to really, really weigh your options. This is the time when you get to be picky, you get to be specific, and you look around. Play the field. That's why it's called playing the field. Play the field and play it well. Don't be over skipping, looking past shit and just find the first shiny penny and be like, oh, no, I want this one. I'm going to keep it. And it's just like, well, damn, bitch, you only been on the market for 13 minutes and now you done found a new person and now you about to be back in another relationship. So that's why I say, like, keep in mind that dating is supposed to be a process. It's supposed to be a competitive sport. Dating is a competitive sport. You need to know that I am dating several people and it is your job to fight for the number one spot. But I need authenticity. I want you to be your true self. And I'm going to pick apart, and we need to communicate based on all the other things that we talked about in the previous 2 episodes. So you get to know that person, figure out who they are, figure out what their do's and don'ts are, and figure out if you fall into that. Because sometimes it may be somebody that meets all of your criteria, and you might realize that you don't meet theirs, or some stuff about you that they're always complaining about, or you can tell that offhand that they don't like. And then that's for you to decide. And this is where a lot of people go wrong, if I'm honest. A lot of people tend to attempt to change themselves on behalf of, or in the hopes of, making somebody like want to be with them or take the relationship to another level. And although change is not bad, and although compromise is a great thing, and although, it's all very important and you want to be flexible and open, in the dating stage, and this is just my opinion, I'm just Jocelyn. No, I'm not nobody special. And I want you all to have your own, your own thoughts and opinions. But in my opinion, the way I feel is in the dating stage is not the time to change pretty much anything about yourself on behalf of, or contingent upon, hey, this might go somewhere else, or this may go further if I do X, Y, and Z. When you're dating, you're just doing that. You're looking for people that take you for you, and you got to make sure that you want them. Dating is your time to get right to it. No, next, skip. I don't care how many page next or swipe left you got to do. Skip. Nope. And if you're open with yourself and you're honest with yourself, and you know what your real requirements are and your do's and don'ts, then you won't literally skip past everybody. Because I understand the concept of, looking for something perfect. You're not looking for perfect, but you need to know what you want. You got to know what you want and what you're looking for before you enter into the dating world. Because you will take anything. Especially if you just got single, or you've been single for a long time and now you're ready to date. You could be desperate and not know it. You could be settling and not even know it, not even realize like, hey, I'm just taking anything mainly because I want something. So I'm going to overlook this warning sign, and I'm going to overlook that red flag, and these mixed signals that they keep sending me, I'm just going to continue to accept them. And then that first or second disagreement, I'm going to pretend that it doesn't count, or, and I'm going to continue to go overlooking important factors, or because I want somebody, or I need somebody, or I'm just tired of being single, or I'm just sick of going on dates. I done been on 13 dates in the last 17 days, and I'm just burnt out, girl. Look, next nigga that want to take me out, I'm just going to take him out. I'm just going to fuck him, and we just going to be together. Like, listen, as long as he got a job, then I'm going to just go, and it's not, that's not unrealistic. That is a reality for so many people, not just women. Not just women are out here settling. You got people settling for the weirdest things. And it's not a sense of judgment. I'm not here to judge anybody, but I'm just here to bring it to light and bring to the attention that we are settling for some of the most minute and insignificant factors to be with a person. It's just like, okay, I'm going to settle with him. Oh, his dick is good, but he treat me like trash. Or, oh, he's married, but, he got money. Or, oh, she's really not my type, and she can't cook, and she doesn't really treat me well, or, she shows a lot of disrespect. She doesn't seem like she cares, or she's not really supportive, but she got a crib and I need somewhere to stay. Like, all those things, like this shit really happens, and it happens every day. So it's like it's a lot of people out here settling. And I feel like, not that it's ever okay to settle. Let me start with that. I feel like if you date correctly, then by the time you get to a relationship, then you would have picked, like, the relationship that you end up in from your dating is supposed to be all the people that you done interview, all the applications and resumes you got, all the people you done interview, and you finally decided after all these dates, all these people that I was picking through, you do process of elimination. It's just like, you know what? Jonathan was starting to get on my nerves. And you know what? I'm tired of talking to Sarah because she's a little annoying. And you know what? The boy Raheem, I did like him, and he was nice, but, he doesn't really have a lot of ambition. And I see that if we're together, then I'm going to be carrying him. So I'm going to kind of leave that where it's at. And then the one guy, Charles, you know what? Charles, I really do like Charles. Charles is nice. He treats me good. He's respectful. He seems like he comes from a good family. He picks up the check. He opens my door. He has good sex. And, and I think our vibe is really there. So Charles is the one that, I'm kind of, again, doing my process of elimination. And now I'm down to like 2 or 3. And then it's just like, oh, and then I end up at Charles, and that's who I'm in a relationship with. Now I'm going to present him. Hopefully, if we've both communicated with each other properly and our lines of communication have been open and consistent throughout this time, then me and Charles will both be on the same page, and we both want the same thing. But what tends to happen is we don't communicate properly, and then you have arrived at the place where Charles is the one. He's the one. And all this time, Charles was never even thinking about being in a relationship. Ever. That never crossed his mind. He was not on that type of time. Like, he does like you. Don't get me wrong. I like you. I dig you. Then you have these type of conversations. I'm about to break it down. Don't laugh at my boy voice, y'all. Then that's when you end up sitting on the side of the bed looking sad. And Charles is like, wait, but I don't understand. Like, where did I lose you? When did I ever say that we were going to be in a relationship? When did I ever give off the impression that I wanted to be more than this? Or you start acting crazy. This is usually, it never happens in the most grown up and adult way where somebody can really say, hey, Charles, I've decided after dating for a while, you're the person that I decide to be with. And then Charles says in a respectful manner, hey, I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't know what you were thinking, but this ain't that, and I gotta go. And then he starts ghosting you. What usually happens is, unfortunately, and this is unfortunate, which is why I'm having this series, because I don't want this to continue happening. It's so typical, and it happens so regularly that it's literally frustrating. But what tends to happen in the real world, the bad way, is you start doing shit like looking through Charles' phone. Or you start looking on Charles' Instagram and seeing that Just Jocelyn 3 underscores gave him a blow kiss. And then you saw that he was DMing Big Booty 27 from North Philly, telling her he wanted to come and dig in her guts. And then you see in his text message that he was just out with, the girl named Tamika. And then now you have an attitude. And you want to start snapping on Charles, who you have not openly communicated that you were on the direction of trying to be in a relationship. Or you did, and he did not respond properly and advise you that he is not in the direction of being in a relationship. Or he gave you mixed signals and pretended that he wanted to be in a relationship so that he can get in your drawers and continue to get in your drawers on a regular basis. But he knew you wanted to be in a relationship. So with so many different levels and layers that this could transpire, but it happens all the time. So again, if you're open about what it is that you want, open with a person, because sometimes it be the female. Y'all be scared to say, and I don't want to just say females because I hate to generalize and sexize things. Sexize might be a word. If it's not, don't quote me on it. I just made it up. So either way, it's a word now. But sometimes it's that other party. It's just like you want more, but you don't want to say that you want more. No, honey. Put it out there. It's just like y'all try to, again, settle and suppress your feelings, your needs, your wants and desires for the fear that the other person is not on the same page. And the reality is, whether you want to accept it or not, or admit it or not, that's you settling. Because you're literally telling yourself, I want this. And I know this person is not going to give it to me, but I'm going to stay with them anyway. Knowing that I'm never going to get what it is that I want. That is the definition of settling. You're staying even though you're not getting what you want. That's just ass backwards, but it happens. It just so happened to me 2 weeks ago, but I was Charles. It's okay. It happens. Listen, been there. I've been on both sides of it. A lot of the situations that I talk about, y'all, I just want y'all to know, sad but true, I've been on both sides of most of these scenarios, or at least one. But in this case, I've been on both sides. Fucking right. I've been Charles. Been charged for sure. And I've been the crazy Saudi bitch thinking that we was working on something, and I think I was open, but I just took the mixed signals, or I ignored the warning signs. It was just like, they said they didn't want a relationship, but I continued to push it, or I settled for the situation that I was in, that I was getting because of X, Y, and Z. Now, why we settle is a whole nother topic, and we will definitely have to talk about that on another episode of Talk to Me Tuesday. And if you guys really feel like that should be a topic, feel free to DM me, comment below, and I'll make sure to make it come up shortly in our routine. I'm sorry, I know it's itching. But realistically speaking, that's just what settling really does. So when you're honest with somebody and you're open about what you want, and they're not responsive to that, or they're not in agreement, then you have to be okay with letting them go. Or because there is an or. It's like you can let them go. Like, I don't really have to settle for you. I can kind of get anybody. There's somebody that wants me. There's somebody that wants to be in a relationship with me. And I know right now what I want is a relationship. I'm ready to settle down. I want to have a kid. I want to get a dog. I want to move to the suburbs. All those things. If you know that's what you want, because that's what it all starts with. Being clear on what you want. If you go into dating knowing exactly what it is that you want, then you won't have to settle. You won't be able to take anybody's mixed signals. You won't be able to, nobody won't be able to get one over on you, because you're already clear on what it is that you want. I know what I want. So I'm coming into my dating with a very clear understanding on what it is that I want. Now, am I okay with being flexible with, the package in which it comes in? Of course. I'm not saying, be super strict. You have to be flexible with your requirements, but ultimately you have to have a general idea on what it is that you want before you start dating. Because if you do not, you're going to take anything, or you're going to get caught up one way or another. Whether you're going to be the Charles, or you're going to be the bitch sitting on the side of the bed crying your eyes out because you done wasted 3 months with this nigga, and you thought your child was on the path of righteousness, and he's fucking 17 other bitches, including you. And that's his right. It's nothing wrong with him doing that. And there's nothing wrong with you wanting this. But you have to be clear that, hey, what I want and what you want is not matching up. So I'm either going to, again, I'm going to say, let's let you go now. Or I'm going to be, depending on where I'm at in my journey, I might be like, I'm going to fuck with you. But again, this is how we get to the levels. But you're going to fall in this realm. You might be my fuck buddy until I find my nigga, until I find my soulmate, or until I find, because I'm still dating. And again, this is what we tend to forget. Dating is an interview process. I am for sure seeing other people, not just you. And I'm going to say this, and I know I said it in one of my other shows, but I guess sometimes I have to remind you guys, if you are dating one person, that's the only person you're talking to, the only person you go out with, the only person you're sleeping with, the only person you go on dates with, the only person you talk to on the phone with, and all of that, then you're already in a relationship. Period. That's period, point blank. It's not up for discussion. If y'all want to argue with me, let's do it after the show. But the definition of dating is juggling them motherfuckers, okay? Again, my calendar is full. Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, Sunday. Might get 2 on one day. I got brunch and then dinner and then the movies. Listen, what's up? Because I have to weigh my options. If I'm sitting here sticking with you, then we go together. Like it or not. That's where we have arrived. Our situation has now developed into that. And what happens again, sometimes 3 months now, they be waiting years. For sure, they be waiting years. Say it one more time for the people in the back. I got y'all. But y'all know another part that people miss is a lot of times we do this to ourselves. Because what happens is Charles, he got his 17 bitches. He see you at night because you work in the daytime. He's juggling. He's doing his job. Charles like, yeah, I got my one bitch, she bartends, so I don't see her until like 3 o'clock in the morning. And then the other joint, she got kids, so I really only see her on every other weekend when our baby father get the kids. And then the one joint, she really can cook, but she be real busy, so she'll like make me a plate and I could just go grab it. Or, you know what I mean, I could hit her real early in the morning. She go to yoga at 6 o'clock, so I could get like my dick sucked real quick before. Like, listen, Charles is doing what he's supposed to do. But you done saw Charles like that one shiny penny that we talked about earlier in the show, and you latched onto him. And it's like, oh, I see this one. I like it. Oh, like a puppy. And it's like, I like him so much. Charles is my puppy. I'm keeping him. I like him. I love him. I don't see anything else. I don't want to see anything else. And I'm happy. But you have not articulated to Charles. According to Charles, y'all are dating. And he knows what the definition of dating is. So again, Charles got his 17 chicks and you just got Charles. So yeah, you're a little bit more invested than him. You're going to be a little bit more stressed out when he don't answer the phone and when he get Instagram DMs and people commenting. But he's doing what he's supposed to do. You weren't honest and upfront with your shit. You didn't tell him from the beginning, hey, I'm looking for a relationship. Because we start talking all heavy like, I talk about females and males because a lot of my followers are not lesbian. So I try to keep it very general. But you missed it. Just listen, continue to watch. And I talk about everything, but I try to make it relatable to all people. What if you don't have any other options? Realistically speaking, we all have options. We just choose to ignore them. Again, there's 6.5 billion people in the world. You got options. And anybody no, I'm not even going to go there because I try not to offend or, disrespect anybody, but everybody has an option. It's somebody for everybody. Listen, realistically speaking, sometimes your somebody is with another motherfucker. And you just gotta wait to get around to it. But realistically speaking, there's options out there. But what we do, again, we do it to ourselves. And I say we because, like I said, I've been in a situation where we just find one person and we just decide to latch on to them. And it's just like, hey, well, whatever. I like her, so I'm just gonna stick with this one. Listen, she's nice. She cooks. She's cute. She's nice to me. She texts me back fast, and she got give good head. Fuck it. We're getting married. Like, no, it doesn't have to be that way. Weigh your options and play it out. Play the dating series out. Even if you did find that one person and you feel like, you know what? She really might be the one. You still got to play that shit out. Again, let them know what your intentions are. As I spoke about earlier, make sure you are clear on your intentions because you already ahead of time, before you decided to date, you already knew what it is that you wanted. So you had your expectations and your standards already previously prepared. Then you entered into the world of dating and you decided and determined who it was that you wanted or you didn't want or whatever like that, and you've narrowed down your top 3 or top 1, and it's just like, you know what, I am still dating a couple other people, but I really do like her. Like, this girl, like, I'm not even gonna hold you, I really could see myself in a relationship with her. You gotta revisit that. You need to let that person know when you first start dating them, hey, this is where I'm at. Because sometimes when we're dating, I'm not looking for a relationship. Me personally, I am dating. I'm gonna say this to the camera, louder for everybody, not just in the back, front, back, in the middle. I am dating, but I'm not looking for a relationship. So I'm not the person to latch on to fall in love with. Hey, I'm pretty dope and I'm gonna like you, you're gonna like me. Because if I don't like you, I'll let you know. But right now, I'm not looking for a relationship. So on our first date, second date, and all that, even when we have sex, and I'm about to get to that, yes, hey, I still don't want a relationship. That's just not where I'm at. I'm looking to date. I'm looking to be social. I'm looking to have casual sex. Whatever it is that I'm looking for, that's what I want. But I'm telling you, I'm being upfront and honest. So anybody that responds to me and that then turns around and goes on dates with me, that talks to me, that sleeps with me, anything like that, I'm already presuming that we're on the same page, that we're clear here. You know that I don't want a relationship. So you already know that there is a ceiling. This is not a metaphor. This is not the sky is your ceiling and the stars are your oyster and none of that. This is not none of that. This is the ceiling. It's not made of glass. It's made of steel concrete. This is as far as we're going to go because I don't want a relationship. And if you know that that's where you are in life, then I'm probably not the person for you because all you're going to do is settle for me. You see how it all comes back? I don't want nobody to settle for me because I'm damn sure not settling for nobody else. So it all kind of comes back to everything goes in alignment. It's like if you know what it is that you want from the rip, then when you meet that person and let's say you meet me and I'm saying, hey, I don't want a relationship. I'm not interested in a relationship. I'm not looking forward to a relationship. I don't plan to have one. And you know that that's all your plan is to have a relationship, then you got to kiss me goodbye. Like, you know what? It was very nice to meet you. You might even fuck me a couple times, but you know that you need to keep your options open. And you need to pay more attention to Charles, Jennifer, April, whoever the other people that you're dating. Because me, there's a cement ceiling here. But again, what we end up doing is we run right into the cement ceiling head first. Like, boom, boom, boom. The bitch told me she don't want a relationship, but boom, boom, boom. I'm going to sit here and still see if she changed her mind. No, I'm not. Let me get to some of y'all comments. I'm sorry. No, but you get the ones that think they can change your mind. Right. I just touched on that. I was about to say the same. It's crazy, but I get how people fall into the trap. Yeah, and it really is a trap. But like I said, that's the point of me having this particular series, the dating communication, because that's, like I said, that's where we go wrong with dating. We just don't communicate. Because it's really simple. On your first date, you have nothing to lose with the person. That's honestly, it's such a oxymoron because the first date is when you should be the realest. But most of the time, the first date is when people put on all the fake shit. And I'm not just talking about superficial, your makeup and your hair and stuff like that, because you want to be cute. Because if you come to my first date looking like shit, then we're not going to have a second date, period. But it's like, yeah, you want to kind of go into the interview. You don't go to an interview and tell them that you could type 1,000 words a minute. Because then if you get the job, guess what? They're going to be expecting you to type 1,000 words a minute. And when you sit at the computer typing 419, they going to be like, yo, what the fuck? Why did you lie? Why did you lie? If you know that you're sitting here applying to sneaker stores when you really want to work in a bakery, then go apply to the bakery. What are you settling for the sneaker store for? For what? For what? So it's really like, it's a crazy analogy, but it's really that simple. If you just communicate your needs, wants, and desires, again, if you're open and honest with yourself and you already know what you want before you enter the world of dating, when you enter the world of dating, that shit gonna be cake. And I say this humbly, but dating is your time to really be on your shit. Like, no, because I can afford to do that. I'm skipping people. No, I'm not just anybody can fuck with me. Sorry, not sorry. Like if you don't meet these criteria, and like I said, it's general stuff. It needs to be general. You have to be flexible, of course, with the packaging and the way people are. But ultimately, if you know ultimately what you want, i.e., you want to be in a relationship, you want somebody that's God-fearing, you want somebody that's Muslim, you want somebody that cooks, You want somebody that doesn't have children. Those are things that are non-tangible that you cannot change. You can't say you want somebody that does not have children and then think that you're going to meet a bitch that got kids and be like, okay, well, I wish you didn't have these kids because I really like you. Like, no. Either you're going to be flexible and, compromise on that, or you're going to be like, cool, I'm good. Or what's even better, let me not say people that have children. A lot of you guys are at a place where you want children or you want more children. So you are looking for somebody ideally that wants children or that has children or that is interested in having more children. I'll use myself for example again. Me personally, I am never having another child, period. Like, it's not happening. I'm 33. I got 2 kids. The oldest one's about to be 17. The youngest one is 12. It's not happening. But I also not even relax my standards, but I was willing to compromise in previous relationships. Like, hey, as a lesbian, one of my partners, I may meet the love of my life who decides to want to get married and she wants to have a child. If I meet somebody that doesn't have any children and she's a virgin or whatever and she decides that she wants to have a kid, I will be here to parent that child with you. I will be here to hold your hand and walk you through in vitro. I will rub your stomach and your feet while you're pregnant. I will cook for you. I will do it all. But just Jocelyn is not giving birth to another human person out of my body and my vagina. But I know that. But am I open to help you parent if you really want a child? Cool. I got you. You see how that's the difference? That's not me changing my standards because I'm still not having a kid. So nobody is going to meet me and be like, damn, I really like you. You're great. You're this, you're that. But I really want kids. Hey, don't settle for me because I'm not giving you no kids. Especially if, you know what I mean? Now, granted, like I said, as a lesbian, it's a little bit better of an argument because I'd be like, bitch, you want kids? Then have some. Period. Your pussy work just like mine. Real is real. If you want them, then you have them. And I got your back. I really do. Because I can help parent another child. But the childbirth aspect, the pregnancy aspect and all that, I'm not interested. No, thank you. And that's my right. I have every right to feel that way. Nobody's going to force me or manipulate me or guilt me into having a kid because I like you. I do like you. And I only like you to this level anyway. I never liked you to be in a relationship because I know that in your head you want kids. So we're not going to go but so far because I'm going to encourage you to start to look for other motherfuckers that want kids. Because you're not going to pressure me and annoy me because that's all it's going to do is now I'm going to be irritated because I told you. I was very upfront and honest about what I wanted and didn't want. And this is how we get back to Charles. Because like, yo, dog. Or, hey, yo, bitch. I told you I don't want no kids. Or I don't want a relationship. Or even people, y'all decided to sleep with people that are in situations already. Hey, yo, I'm not doing this. We was only supposed to be doing this. This was where we were supposed to be at. This was the lane. This was the level in which you were. You were my Thursday night smash bitch when your kids is at football practice. That's who you were. You were not the girl that I was planning on settling down and having my life with. No. And I'm just really upset that you have concluded this from that. I was very open, but you, being the other person, we sometimes ignore it. So again, that's what the most important part of this whole segment is all about. Just keeping those lines of communication open and consistently honest. So again, I'm going to keep recapping because it starts with knowing what it is that you want. Then being open with that next person to tell them what it is you want and listening to what they want. Because you can't just talk and not listen, right? So you can't continue to say, I want this, this is where I'm going. And this person is telling you what they want, but you just focus on what you want. So you're ignoring the fact that they told you several times, hey, I'm just looking to have fun right now. Or I'm just looking, I'm not really looking for a relationship. I'm trying to just kind of have fun. It's been a while since I've dated. I just want to kind of play the scene, have some fun, have some drinks, get a couple bitches under my belt, and get my dick sucked a little bit, and get my pussy ate a little bit. Like, that's where I'm at. That's all I'm really trying to do right now in my life. You can't judge my life. Right now in my life, that's where I'm at. That's really all I'm really trying to do right now. And then I have to respect you if you come to me saying, Because as the person that wants the relationship, your opening should be just like mine was. I'm really looking. This is how y'all really be, or this is how you be in your head. Just turned 30. Y'all swear 30 is just like the time to settle down and have a relationship and everything like that. It's really not. But I just turned 30 and I'm ready to have a kid. I'm ready to settle down. I want to get married. I want to get a dog. I want to get a little house. I'm ready to move. I want to travel. I want to take pictures with matching outfits. Hey, that sounds lovely. But I am in no way, shape, or form interested in anything like that right now. So it is probably in your best interest to go ahead because I don't want that. Now, I told you I don't want it. I know what you want and you know what I want. You heard me tell you what I wanted and what I didn't want. I was very clear. I told you I was trying to get some pieces of ass, which means you're number one, not my only piece of ass. Which brings us back to you don't go through my phone, you don't go through my DMs, or you don't go through my Instagram, or you decide to stalk me on your own, and guess what? You find out that I'm fucking mad bitches. That wasn't anything to find out. I told you the day I met you, I'm fucking mad bitches. Do you want to be one or not? That's a level. Yes, this is where we at. Yes, and I don't mind taking you out. Sure, we could go out. We can go to the movies. I fucks with you. We can go bowling. We can do that. Bro, we're fucking afterward. Because there's more though. You're not the only one. Get it out your head. So, yes, and you can't blame anyone but yourself because I was honest with you about where I was and what I wanted and what I didn't. So, that's the real main thing. Figuring out where you are with a person. And then you have to, and I saw your other question, babe. You're going to have to DM me that because that don't have nothing to do with the topic. It's a lot of people who are not sure what it is that they want. This is true. That's true, but that's also something, like I said, that people need to decide. That's why it all started by, you got to start off with knowing what it is that you want before. If y'all listen to me good, I said this shit perfectly. You figure out what it is that you want, need, and desire prior to entering into the world of dating. You enter into it already having a clear understanding of what's up. You need to have a clear understanding of what it is that you want, because other than that, you're going to get trapped. You're going to be a Charles and you're going to get trapped with a bitch that turn around and try to make you her nigga. Or you're going to be the person sitting on the side of the bed salty because somebody didn't want what you wanted, but you decided to stick around and sit with them all this time when nothing about their mindset changed. And the important part about the communication is make it consistent. You can't talk this shit on the first date and then y'all don't talk about it again for 17 months. Because I'll date you for a long time. We are consistently dating until I decided I'm in a relationship. Why would I cut off a good fuck buddy, friend zone girl, the bitch that know how to cook, the person that wash my clothes, listen, the girl that do my hair, the one that buy me shit, the one that likes to take me out, the one that invites me over, the one that looks really nice in a dress, so if I have to go somewhere, I can take her. Who else are there? And I'm just trying to give y'all some levels so y'all understand, like, this is a real thing. It's really a real thing because I really may just need somebody that I like to talk to. Sometimes, like, I can talk to one person all day, every day. I could text a lot of bitches. I'm sending my good morning text. Oh, shit. I probably just fucked my own shit up. But again, I'm dating. So if you don't like the fact that I copy paste my good morning blow kiss text to all of y'all bitches, then oh well. But I did. And it's probably anywhere between 6 and 26 at any given time. But good morning. You got yours. I claim mine. As long as you got yours, that's all you need to worry about. But realistically speaking, that's what I like. Is this one person I really like to talk to. I really can get through to her. She really listens. She might be a hustler like me. She understands business. So boom, that's the girl I could talk to. Her sex is, I do copy and paste it. I won't send it in a group chat, but I'll copy and paste the same thing. I just put y'all on some games, so y'all can use my tactic if y'all like. And if anybody's on here that gets my copy paste, it doesn't matter because you still feel special when you get it, right? So it don't matter. Good morning. Thank you. But realistically speaking, figure out, boom, okay, so I like this girl. I love how she talk. I really get along with her. Boom, we could talk business. We could talk sports. We could talk politics. We could talk art. We could talk music. We could talk sex. We could talk this, and that. But again, she can't really cook that good. And she's not really a looker, right? She's not the cutest, but she doesn't turn me on. So sex between me and her is not really a thing. But I fucks with her. I talk to her all the time. Boom. I like to hang out with her. Another person, she might be a party animal. It's just like, yo, every time I'm with this girl, we have so much fun. Like, I'm always having a good time with her. She likes to look at girls with me. We party. She could stay up. She could take back some shots. She's not a prude. She's not boring. She's not like too prissy. She get down and dirty. She like to twerk. So boom, I fucks with her. We always go out. Listen, I can go to the movies with her. I can go to the art museum with her. I can go to a concert with her. I fucks with her. Boom. So her, I like her too, right? And then her sex is good. Now she got good sex. But she like me. She don't want a relationship either. So she's like, but neither do I. So we might be a match. Let's keep the party going. So I'm not cutting her off. When would I cut her off? She don't have a reason to cut me off. And I don't have a reason to cut her off. Because I'm not going to pressure her for a relationship. And she's not going to pressure me for one. But we're consistently enjoying each other. Now, if after 3 or 4 months, one of us gets a little bit more into each other. And it's just like, yo, damn. I wasn't really ready for a relationship, but I really fucks with you. Like, so many things about you, X, Y, and Z, I'm really feeling, and I really wish we could kind of be exclusive. Like, I don't really want you getting fucked by a lot of other people anymore because I really think that I'm doing a good job. If this is your real lineup, we got to hang out more. I plead the fifth on that one, but we can hang out. We should definitely hang out more. So, you figure that out. Then it's just like, okay. That's for her to then, because now you're revisiting the situation. You have to consistently communicate because things changed. Yo, now I fucks with you, dog. I fucks with you. And you could come to her with that very sincere statement, and she can very well say one or two things. You know what, Jocelyn? I wasn't looking for a relationship either, but I fucks with you too. And I do be getting a little irk when you be fucking them other bitches or when you be talking to people or when you be out with other people. And I just rather have you to myself. And I think that I meet most of your needs. And, if I don't, then let me know. But I kind of, let's do it. Let's do it. Fuck it. You want to do it? You want to do it? Oh, shit. Let's do it. We in this bitch. All right, bitch. We together. Or you'll get one of these. Huh? Because I could have swore I told you a long time ago, when I first met you, that I wasn't looking for a relationship. Don't catch no feelings for me because, and then that's how you get your feelings hurt. But you have to communicate that. Because what a lot of y'all do, and a lot of us, again, we reach that, whether sometimes it's 2 days, sometimes it's 2 weeks, sometimes it's 3.5 months. Or in other cases, like somebody else said, sometimes it's longer and y'all wait even longer. And then you allow that time to elapse and then you don't speak on it. You don't communicate that your feelings have changed or that your thoughts have increased on this person, and then you don't share that with them, and then you end up making things blow up, and then that fucks up the relationship that you guys could have had. So the key to all this, and the way to bring it all home and just let you guys know, it's very important to communicate while dating. Remember the steps. Figure out what it is that you want prior to entering into the world of dating. Once you begin to date, be very open, upfront, and honest about your expectations and your requirements and the do's and don'ts that you want in a person and where you're trying to go. And as you're in these situations with people, continue to check in on the level that you have created or that you have achieved at, because you will be here and they're still down here and they never attempted to go anywhere. So just be open, be honest. Don't be afraid to tell people what it is that you want. Don't be afraid of the rejection, because realistically speaking, you're going to get the rejection now or later. If you get it early, you only know them for 15 minutes. Fuck it. But if you wait 6 months to then be rejected by somebody that you've been fucking sucking and buying shit, it's going to hurt. Trust me. Just know that I love you guys so much. I'm glad that y'all tuned in. If you have not already, please go to the link in my bio and download the Station Head app. Follow my radio station, Just Be You Radio. Live music each and every day, all day, every day, commercial free. Some of the latest, greatest hip hop, R&B. Tune into my brand new show, All Nighter, every Thursday from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. It's a really, really sexy show. Totally different, just Jocelyn than y'all used to see on Talk to Me Tuesday. Other than that, good night.